Hey gorgeous, Nokie Evans here, author of Spice It Up. It's time to revive your intimacy and your favorite sexual intimacy coach. If this is your first time here, hey, welcome. And before I continue with this video, I really need your help in growing this community. May you kindly do me a favor and go ahead and click the subscribe button and the little notification bell so that you don't miss any of my very informative and educational videos, which I post every single week. Apparently, it turns out most of the people watching my videos are actually not subscribed. Let's turn that around, okay? Ladies, I need to have a one-on-one with you. On today's video, I'm going to be talking about this one thing that can literally destroy your marriage relationship. Most of you are not even aware that by doing this one thing, you are literally tearing your marriage apart. You are literally using your own hands to tear your marriage relationship. As the word of God says in Proverbs 14 verse 1, a foolish woman uses her own hands to tear down her home. As long as you are watching these videos that I post on a weekly basis, I take it that you are a wise woman, or at least you are trying to be a wise woman. Ladies, some of you sisters are literally destroying your marriages without even realizing it. Some of this comes out of the lack of knowledge, some of it comes out of selfishness, and some of it comes out of control issues. Yes, I'm going to be working on a video about those control issues, so you want to make sure that you are subscribed so that you don't miss that video. What I'm talking about, I know you cannot wait to hear what I'm talking about. I did actually mention it as one of the points on my previous video. Let me insert it right here. And the number 5 thing that drives me, oh jeez, this one drives me it drives me nuts, to say the least. Why do you all start having a headache at 9 o'clock? Yeah, 9 p.m. you all start having this headache. It's like those 9 o'clock headaches are a daily thing, all because you are never in the mood. Are you ever going to be in the mood for one day? If you are, I'm going to link up a video which will teach you how to initiate sex, how to reach out to your man and show him that you want him. Because by pretending, yes, because most of you really don't have those headaches, you are pretending to have a headache at 9 o'clock p.m. conveniently so, this fake headache, all because you want to avoid being intimate with your spouse, and by so doing you are pushing him away. You are denying your man his what do they call them? Conjugal, is it conjugal rights? Conjugal rights. You are denying him his rights of being a husband and being intimate with you, and that is a serious matter. And that applies to everybody, to my Christian sisters too, and to my non-Christian sisters. You all are guilty of the same thing. To my Christian sisters, if he went and complained to your pastor, do you know that your pastor will have to call you for counseling? Yeah, because it is a big deal. Even the word of God tells you specifically with the times that you refrain, and that it should be for a very limited time. That is Apostle Paul, a guy who was not married. He knew to tell you guys to be intimate with one another, okay? So stop having the 9 o'clock headache. It's not cool. You are pushing your husband away. I don't know where you want him to go. You're just inviting unnecessary problems to your marriage. I don't care what kind of sex drive you have. If you have a low sex drive, you better work on it and increase it, okay? I know some of you ladies have a very high sex drive, and I want to say kudos to you. Do you know that every time you say no or you deny your husband sex, you are actually pushing him away? Yes, you are. Every time you say no for whatever reason, I'm talking about sisters who just say no for no apparent reason, who say no because they don't feel like it. And every time you say no to sex for your husband, you are literally driving him away. What do I mean? Let me explain. And this comes out of research and listening to men's concern and listening to men who have been in sexless marriages. Sexless because they've done all they can to try to reach out to their wife for sexual intimacy, but for whatever reason, the wife turns them down. This could be for reasons that could be, I totally understand, beyond your control. This could be because of some past trauma, some childhood things that were done to you, some sexual assault that was done to you, in which case you need to have gotten therapy way before you even walked into this marriage, okay? However, with that being said, it is not too late for you to get the help, because every time you turn your husband down, you are actually building a very thick brick wall between you and him. And having listened to how men feel by being turned down sexually, they feel not only neglected, but they feel pushed away, they feel unwanted. It's stabs at their ego, and we know that men are big on their ego. You as your wife, one of your roles, as I would advise you, is that you do whatever it takes within your moral beliefs and within your comfort. Do whatever it takes for you to feed on that ego. You need to protect your man's ego. I hope you married your best friend, a man that you love. If you really love this man and if you still love him, you'll put aside all the selfishness, you'll put aside all the things that make you turn him down sexually. By saying no sexually to your husband, you are actually neglecting him. And what eventually happens, this is what I'm hearing from the men, whether it's men being interviewed on podcasts or men speaking out because they can't keep silent anymore, you are neglecting him. And men, because they do not like being turned down, guess what ends up happening? The more you keep turning him down, he will end up not even trying to initiate or to reach out to you. I don't know about you, but personally, I'm not even a man, but it's worse for men. Whenever somebody turns me down for anything, I feel some kind of way. It really rubs me off a wrong way. It makes me feel terrible. Not that I expect yeses every time, but with men, what happens when they are turned down sexually, they feel abandoned, they feel pushed away. And the more you do that, because he does not want to keep hearing that no, he'll stop trying to reach out to you for sex. And guess what? By so doing, you've created a major problem in your marriage relationship. And very few men are going to stay in that marriage and not step out to fulfill their sexual needs. Honestly, whenever you turn him down or whenever you say no, where do you expect him to go for satisfaction? I believe most of you watching my videos are Christians, and this is what my beliefs are as a Christian. Even the word of God, as I mentioned in one of my previous videos, that even if you are abstaining, you should not abstain for too long. If you are abstaining maybe for fasting and praying, you should allow a reasonable time to get back together, okay? So if you keep saying no to your man and he ends up stepping out of the marriage, you've created a problem that you yourself are not going to be able to solve. So I want you to take this video as a warning. If you are one of those sisters who keep saying, no, I don't feel like having sex, no, I don't feel like being intimate, girl, what did you expect when you walked down the aisle? What did you expect when you left your mom and dad's house to be joined with this man? What did you expect you were coming in this household to do? To just monitor the refrigerator? Or just make 1 or 2 babies? No. And by the way, sex is not just for making babies. It is for pleasure for you and your spouse. Because if it was just for making babies, after people are done making babies, most marriages wouldn't survive, okay? Sex is for fulfillment. It is for pleasure, to pleasure both your husband and yourself. You are pleasuring each other. And if you keep saying no and denying your husband of his conjugal rights, which is what sexual intimacy is in marriage, you are definitely not being fair to him and you are compromising your marriage. Stop neglecting your man. Stop pushing him away. Stop driving him to places where he does not want to go. If you have some work to be done, you better act today. Make sure you go for therapy, see your doctor. If it is pain or whatever it is, make sure you go and see a doctor today. If you need counseling or if you have have some triggers that happen during sexual intimacy, this is why you need therapy, you need deliverance. Take care of this issue before it is too late. Like I've said before, most of you sisters are married to very, very good men who didn't even think about cheating on you, but because you are pushing him away, you are denying him sex, which it is his right to have, girl, I need you to do better. Okay, some of you may say, oh, he wants it too often. Some of you may say, oh, my man has a very high sex drive. Rightfully so. Some of the women also have a high sex drive, okay? That is fair. Communication is important. You need to communicate with him. If it means that you make a schedule, like some couples do make a schedule to have sex, because if it is not scheduled, it ain't gonna happen. You may need to make a schedule. If it is once or twice or 3 times a week, whatever suits you, make that schedule. You need to reach a compromise with your spouse. If he wants it 5 times a week and you want it once a week, compromise by finding the middle ground. 2 or 3 times is fair, because he's not getting his 5, you are not getting your 1, so meet halfway. Okay, so take this video as a sign that you need to act today, and take this as a warning from a big sister, from an auntie, from your sexual intimacy coach, to say, do something about it before it is too late. Hey gorgeous, do you need help spicing up your intimacy, or are you a new wife who has no idea on what to do as far as sexual intimacy? Yeah, that is where I come in. I am that sexual intimacy coach that you've been looking for. I'm going to leave links in the description box of my calendar so that you can book a session with me, whether you want to spice up your intimacy, or you have a challenge sexually that needs to be addressed, or you are a new wife who is clueless. That's where I come in. I am your favorite sexual intimacy coach. Will you give me a chance to coach you? Yes, go ahead and check out the description box below and book your session today, so that we can take your sexual intimacy from cold, maybe lukewarm, to blazing hot. Go ahead, book a session today, and I'll see you soon. If you found this video helpful, can you please go ahead and click the thumbs up button so that other sisters looking for similar content may find it. And if you're wondering if oral sex is a sin, if oral sex is allowed in your marriage, I'm working on a video that's not only detailed, but it's going to be very informative, educational when it comes to oral sex. We need to be equipped, we need to educate ourselves when it comes to matters of the heart or sexual intimacy issues. So make sure that you are subscribed and click the notification bell so that you don't miss that video when it comes out. Yes, we are going to be talking about oral sex, the do's and don'ts. We want to free some people from the oral sex guilt, okay, with a Christian perspective to it. If you enjoyed this video here, I know for sure you are going to enjoy this next video. And don't forget to leave me a comment below. What was your biggest takeaway on this video? Let's communicate, and remember to be kind in the comments. Otherwise, any rude comments or any insulting comments will not only be removed, but the person is going to be blocked. Okay, until next time gorgeous, remember to do small things with great love. From my heart to yours, don't forget to keep it spicy. God bless you. I love you, I really do. See you next time. Adios, bye bye.